Okay, let us start with average velocity. Now, what is average velocity or speed? So, average velocity or average speed nearly the same. One is a vector quantity, one is a scalar quantity. Total distance covered by total time taken. So the formula goes like this: s1 plus s2 plus s3 dot dot till sn by t1 plus t2 plus t3 plus dot dot up to sn. Now we take a simple example. A body moves from a point A to point B with a speed of v1 and point C with speed of v2. Distances between A and B is s, and that of B and C is also s. Now the average speed or average velocity, as we write it, becomes s plus s. Total distance covered is s plus s, and total time t1 plus t2. So numerator becomes 2s and the denominator t1. Now what is t1? T1 is s by v1 for the first half. Similarly, t2 is equal to s by v2 for the second half. So we replace t1 by s by v1 and replace t2 by s by v2. We solve it. 2s v1 plus v2 by v1 v2. S gets cancelled. v1 v2 by v1 plus v2. And this is the average speed or velocity for a body covering equal distances with different speeds. Now another example: if a body covers unequal distances in equal intervals of time, speed is v1, speed here is v2. Again, average speed means s1 plus s2, total distance covered by total time taken, t1 plus t2. Now in this interval, the body covers s1 distance in time t, and the second part also it covers an equal distance in time t, same time. First case was same distance, the second case is same time. So in place of s1 we can write v1t, in place of s2 we can write v2t. From the formula, s is equal to vt by t plus t, because the time taken are same. So v1 plus v2 into t by 2t, t gets cancelled, so the answer is v1 plus v2 by 2. Now using these two formulas, if we try to do one problem in which the first half distance AB, now AB is equal to s, BC is also equal to s, but this is covered by the body with velocity v1, and these are two intervals of equal time, one covered by velocity v2 and another covered by velocity v3. A to B is s distance, B to D is also s distance. First part is covered with velocity v1, the second part is divided into two parts of equal time. First part is covered with the velocity of v2 and second part velocity v3. So first we do the average of BD, the distance BD, by the formula v1 plus v2 by 2. So it comes out to be v2 plus v3 by 2 is equal to v dash. Now secondly, if this is covered with velocity v1 and this is covered with velocity v dash, therefore from the first formula 2 v1 v2 by v1 plus v2 we can find out the average velocity of the whole journey. Average velocity is v double dash. So it becomes 2 v1 v dash by v1 plus v dash, in which we replace the value of v dash as v2 plus v3 by 2. Now let us discuss the related formulas of this chapter. First formula, as we all know, s is equal to v into t. In this case, v is uniform velocity. Velocity does not change, or rather there is no acceleration. Acceleration is equal to 0. Now the second formula is v is equal to u plus minus at, plus for accelerated motion minus for retarded motion, where v is the final velocity, u is the initial velocity, t is time. Third formula, s is equal to ut plus minus half at square. Here s is the displacement. Fourth formula, v square is equal to u square plus minus 2as. We all know these three formulas are related to accelerated motion or retarded motion. Now fifth formula, s tth u plus half a into 2t minus 1. In some books it is written as n, s nth or sn u plus half a into 2n minus 1. Now what does this formula mean? This means if a body covers a distance in 5 seconds from A to B, let us take it to be S5, and the distance covered by the body in 4 seconds is S4. Now what is the distance covered by the body in the 5th second? That means this portion. This portion is known as S5th or S10th. Now how to find out? We subtract total distance covered in 5 seconds from the distance covered in 4 seconds. S5 minus S4. Now if we derive the formula using the same concept, so S10th, if 5/5 is taken as Tth, so S5 becomes St minus St minus 1, St minus St minus 1. So we know what is St. St means ut plus half a into half plus half at square. So replace St by ut plus half at square, and St minus 1, instead of t we will write it as t minus 1. Try to solve this taking this term and this term together, u as common, t minus 1, and the second term half a t square minus t minus 1 whole square. So t gets eliminated, minus minus plus becomes u plus half a is a square minus b square. So one is t plus t minus 1, another is t minus t plus 1. T gets cancelled, so 2t minus 1, u plus half a 2t minus 1. So this is an extension formula for ut plus half at square. Now lastly, we have to learn the derivations of these formulas, the 4 or 5 formulas that we have said. Mathematical process using graphs or the graphical process, and lastly the calculus process. Now first we get into the mathematical proof. Very easy. First one was v is equal to u plus at. Now this formula is derived directly from the definition of acceleration. Now what is the definition of acceleration? Rate of change of velocity, that means v minus u by t, change of velocity by time, rate of change of velocity. So v minus u is equal to at by cross multiplying and transferring or transposing u to the right hand side. We get v is equal to u plus at. Whenever there is a retardation, this sign becomes minus. For acceleration, this is the formula. When it is a retardation, we write as u minus v by t. The initial velocity is more than the final velocity. So this comes out to be v is equal to u minus at. Now to derive the second formula, s is equal to ut plus minus half at square, we require the concept of average velocity as we have learned earlier. So from point A to point B, if a particle travels a distance of s, the initial velocity was u, the final velocity is v, the time taken is t. Now, using the concept of average velocity, what is s? V plus u by 2 into t. The average velocity was v plus u by 2 into t. Replacing the value of v from the first equation, u plus at plus u by 2 into t, we get s is equal to 2u by 2 means 1u into t plus half at square. Now to derive the third formula, we have to take help of the first one, v is equal to u plus at, squaring both sides. Squaring both sides means v square is equal to u plus at square. That means u square plus a square t square plus 2u at. Now from these two, if we take 2a as common, from this term, if we take 2a as common, it is ut, the remainder is ut, and from this it is half at square. Again, we have to take help of the second equation, because ut plus half at square means s, comes s. So v square is equal to u square plus 2s. Now lastly, proof using calculus is given in the notes. Try to understand yourself. If you find any problem, I will make another video of it.